The next synth inside of the Oasis is the MS-20EX modular analog synth. This is an authentic recreation of the original MS-20. That had a particularly aggressive sound to it. But again, we have additional LFOs, step sequencers, AMS mixers, vectors, and much more to allow you to do even more sonic possibilities like this. But what I really like is this. We have what is called dynamic touch patch panel. That means that an original MS-20 used to patch things to get different sound. Well, I can actually just touch the screen and connect where I want the cable to go from, and connect and touch where I want that cable to go to. The next synth inside is the Poly 6EX. It's a faithful reproduction of the original KORG Poly 6. We have the great Poly 6 analog strings, nice big fat bass sounds. But the thing that is cool about Poly 6 is how easy it is to use. What you're going to see in just a second, when this gets out of the way, is the panel. It's very, very easy. Going in and controlling the filter, the envelopes, the LFOs, and so on is directly right on the screen, like you're dealing with a real Poly 6. But we took it much further, of course. 172 note polyphony, but the Poly 172 sounds like a stupid thing. Anyway, additional sonic tools like the LFOs, the step sequencers, and the vector, and so on to do things like this. The next synth inside of here, the seventh one, in fact, is the Mod 7 wave shaping BPM synth, giving you class frequency modulation. Sounds like the 6 operator. But what's great is that you can literally modulate anything with anything, even PCM. So this is actually taking a PCM waveform and modulating it with a different waveform. So I can go in and let's turn that off, PCM waveform off. This is what it sounds like. Turn it back on. And again, it's not just calling it the sound and going, okay, well there's the sound. I can go in, modulate it, change it. The control surface is all set up to do that. You have an absolutely amazing amount of patching possibilities. That's not going into any distortion factor effect at all. It's just the power of what you can do with the sound itself. That is just the rudest bass sound I've ever heard. I absolutely love it. Now, here's the whole point of the whole thing. We've got these 7 different synthesizers inside of the Oasis. Inside of the Oasis is a Pentium 4 2.8 gigahertz computer. And there's nothing else running on it, there's no Mac, there's no PC, we have total control of it. And that means we get between 1.5 and 1.8 times the power of a regular Pentium 4. Now what happens when you have different plugins running on a computer? This. The CPU is being assaulted. Each of the plugins is going, I need voices, I need refresh, I need something or anything, or they know me, I want something, please give me a voice, I want a thing. And so sooner or later the CPU goes, I can't do it anymore, crash, or slow down or something. And what's nice about the Oasis is this. It's dynamically sharing the Oasis CPU. So as you go in and say, okay, well, you know what, I'd like to have the Poly 6, okay, I'm playing that, but I also want the CX3 tone wheel organ. Wait a minute, I want these 4 synths, okay, I want this. The CPU is just going, okay, here you go, here you go. They're all working together. They're not fighting each other. They're actually cooperating. And this means that it doesn't slow down, and it doesn't stutter, and that it doesn't do all those things that you're kind of used to when you're using plugins. It's totally clean system. What happens when you combine all these things together? This.
Moments when we're just friends. Moments when we're just friends. When you slip away. Simple gifts of kindness bring comfort to our day. You're never very far from me. I feel you in the air. Precious friend, you let me in. I want to and you're there. I tell you when you can. The language of the heart. Walk beside. Stand as one, together and apart. We speak the language of the heart. Walk beside, to stand as one. We learn along the way to speak the language of the heart.
By the way, there's a 16-track hard disc recorder inside here as well.
The pause is where we rest our soul. Rivers that we climb, the waves on our horizon show itself in time.